All right, guys, we are back here. Xavier plays close, but they fall by 1.78-77 in the Shriners Children's Charleston Classic
Well played.
against the Georgia Bulldogs. Here to talk about it, myself, Coop Ledford, at CapX34. That's always known by.
Yeah.
And former Xavier great, Kenny Freese. Fellas, I mean, hey, better than a lot of people expected, better than Vegas expected. But after a close loss in a game that probably going into it, we maybe didn't have a whole lot of hope for. I mean, how are we feeling? Are we feeling overall happy? Are we heartbroken? What do
Right.
you
Yeah. So to be completely honest with you, I was before the game started, and if you guys want proof, you can talk to my son who was sitting here with me. You can talk to my wife, my mom, the people that I talked to about it. Like, I was like, I think Xavier could win this game, and like that maybe was like my, the ultimate optimism that I always have. Maybe that's what was coming out, but this is exactly what I was thinking could happen. I mean, our big four, we've been talking about it. Philip, Jovan, Trey, and they all score over 15, or no, sorry. Philip had 12, but he ended up with a double-double. Trey had a double-double. Like, Jovan comes out in the beginning of the game and just like punched him in the mouth, went 3 for 3 from 3. Nothing. But that was I thought for sure Coop was going to say something about that. No, but I mean they played great, and the announcer said right when the game started, 27% of all Georgia buckets come from dunks, and I'm sitting there thinking like, well, why aren't we playing zone? Like if they're not shooting the ball, if they're getting to the rim on everything, why are we playing zone? And then it's just like you watch the end of the first half, not great, and all of a sudden they come out in zone and they're giving them trouble. And like, let's be honest, that three the dude made to go up, like that dude was praying to the heavens that went in because it was not a good shot.
And they've been missing three for the whole second half.
Right. So I mean, I can't. I'm very happy with the way that they played, and I think that it shows a lot of promise coming into their game on Sunday. A couple more games before the conference season starts. We'll just, not a lot of big games before the conference season starts, right? Pretty much nothing.
Yeah, we've got about 5 games left. Nothing notable.
Yeah,
nothing notable.
Yeah, and then we just get into conference play, and I think that I think this team's going to be a lot tougher out than a lot of people thought. Maybe some of the lower Big East teams that were thinking Xavier was going to be a couple wins or at least a win at home. I think that they're looking at Xavier a little different right now. The part of me the part of this that makes me nervous though, you look at our starters. Philip 33 minutes, Jovan 34 minutes, Trey 34 minutes, all 34 minutes, Malik 34 minutes. How sustainable is that through the next 25 games?
Yeah, and I kind of think though that's what made this comeback so impressive is because you look at Georgia's bench. They're so
Right.
deep. They have so many guys that were playing 10 plus minutes a game or during this game, where Xavier really only had 7 guys in that rotation.
Yeah.
You had the starting 5, you had Grotti, and you had Isaiah Walker, and that's really it. So
Yeah.
they were gassed. Everyone was playing hard all game. And then, that kind of goes into it. Then obviously some guys aren't playing at 100% because, I mean, basketball is a physical sport. So I hear, you get worn out pretty quickly. But
Yeah.
hey, like Cole Adams says right here on the screen for those watching, #improving, #noticing. And also, Roll Blob is about to improve as we add a host here for the first time this season.
Boys.
Ahmad, it's a hot mic, obviously, but I want to know, Xavier loses just by 1 point to the Georgia Bulldogs of the mighty SEC Conference. How do you feel, Ahmad?
I am impressed and optimistic. I needed my 15 minutes of cool down, as you guys might know. But honestly, I was impressed. I was impressed by the effort. Georgia's a very athletic team. They were ranked in the 30s in KenPom. I don't know how I thought we would fare versus them. I just, like everybody else, wanted to see a good effort. And after our last game, I'm sure you guys aren't surprised. I expected us to probably try to pull this out. I understand we went down in deficit. We got down to 14. Patino, the genius that he is, switched to zone. He figured out something that Georgia couldn't adjust to. And look at it, just like that, went on a run. So, very tough game. The guys battled through it, and they battled through the adversity, battled through the physicality of the game, and we're able to come back and put on a show for us. And, the refs, it is what it is.
I think what we saw today, and this is, I'm not trying to say anything bad about anybody on the team. This is just positive about these 4 guys, Phillip, Joe, Trey, and all. Like, they're going to battle, man. They are going to battle.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, you can tell that what the public has been talking about, the perception of the team nationally and within the Big East and whatever, it's getting to them. Because the way they came out and played today, those are guys that want to win basketball games.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about the, like, maybe it's about the money, it's about all that stuff. But at the end of the day, those guys have goals in their basketball careers that they're trying to achieve. And they came out today and they played their asses off, and it was fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my biggest complaint coming off the Santa Clara game. I felt like guys weren't trying as hard as they could, but these dudes came out today and they busted their asses and they played a hell of a game. And they played together. They played strong. I texted you guys during the game. You could point out 100 things they did wrong, but this is a different team than we saw a week or 2 weeks ago.
That's the thing. I mean, what a turnaround. I mean, I was talking to Coop during the game. I'm like, if we played this game after the Lemoyne game, my guess is we lose by 35. I mean, it's just been an insane turnaround, and it just sucks. I'm sure you feel the exact same way, because the way a couple shots go, and let's be honest, that Georgia 3 was not a high percentage shot. Like, There's a very real chance they missed that shot. And I remember when we got a rebound up 77-75, I think the score was like, we have a really good chance of winning this game. And it just sucks. This feeling sucks. But objectively, oh my God, how much better we've gotten in the last week or two.
Yeah, and I mean, I can honestly say this feeling doesn't suck to me. Like, I understand we lost the game, but we need to be ready to go play in the Big East.
Yeah.
And and we need to be ready. I was messing around before. We need to be ready to play in the crosstown shootout.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this team is much more ready for both of those things than they were a week ago. And, I'm sure some of it's Patino, some of it's the guys just looking within themselves and figuring out what they need to do to help the team win. But I truly don't believe that this is Xavier's best game of the year. I really don't. I think that they have a lot of things that they can do better, but I'm going to keep pointing to Phillip, because you have a lot of guys like Joe, Trey, they scored the hell out of the ball and they played really well. But Phil, man, his hands are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting in the passing lanes. He's disrupting the offense. Like, I really like watching this kid play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like every breakaway dunk or wide open dunk is a pass from Phil. Like, he just instigates so much offense, makes so many winning plays. It's just tough to lose, and that's the thing I'm seeing on Twitter is it's just painful for everybody. But man, this is a positive performance. I think that Georgia team is good.
They're really good.
Like that, and that's the most positive thing is that isn't a fraud Georgia team. That's a good Georgia team.
Yeah.
You know what? What was the anxiety and the excitement that hit you during the end of the game? Yeah. I didn't think we were going to feel that this season with how it started. So if I were to take a spin, okay, there's 12 new guys, a new head coach who's trying to figure out the city. It was going to take a minute, right? Similar to what we said last year. But man, that rush that I felt, when you guys saw it in the text I was sending you, I didn't think I was going to feel that.
Yeah.
So if anything, I instantly said, all these polls about us being 11th or last, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. The way they fight, and it looks like they get better every game, that's what we want. We want that improvement. Georgia's a very, very good basketball team, and they're very athletic. we did not match up with them well, but we were able to spin it and use our finesse is what we did. We used our smarts, our finesse, and I think that's where Pitino can put the right guys in the right spots. And like Kenny said, this won't be. We'll have many better games of this, and we'll continue to grow from it. So if anything, I'm
I'm
just
with
like last game, optimistic. We got
right.
Wake Forest next.
And I just want to say,
take the anger, feel this, take it into the next game.
and I just want to say, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but Philip, it seems like is starting to play some more point guard. I don't know if you guys have noticed, like he's bringing the ball up.
Coach Kenny.
Hey, I'm telling you, that dude is a 6'7", 6'8", whatever he is. He's a point guard. He's like, yeah.
Good thing your son's not on the podcast.
Some say 6'9".
Some would say, but I'm telling you, that dude is a point guard. And watching him get us into our offense and really like giving All Right a chance to be off the ball, and Messina Moore and Roddy, like when they get their chances to be off the ball and then playing off Trey and Joe, like,
right,
dude, I'm telling you, they got something.
All right,
if they can put it, dude, and dude, when he shoots the ball, you're just like, I mean, he airballed a 3 tonight, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
How did that happen? It wasn't a bad shot. Like, and just to like kind of get to that for a second, people are talking. I've been seeing people on Twitter saying that last shot was a bad shot. Like, dude, that's a fadeaway jumper from a Division I high level college basketball player from 10 feet. He missed the shot. Like, no, I'm not mad at him for taking that shot.
No,
Pitino clearly told him, "You're the guy that's taking the shot." He put the ball in his hands. He gave him the green light to do it. It wasn't a bad shot. Hit off the front of the rim. Not to mention the fact that Trey got tackled on the offensive rebound chance. So, hey.
Yeah.
I guarantee you he's made that shot many times.
Guys, I'm excited to hear I'm excited to hear the post-game presser. Shelby Dermer just tweeted, Pitino on the final play call. On the final play, no call. I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah.
I would love to hear how
That's
he
my
delivered
coach.
that.
That's my coach.
Right.
I would love to hear how that was delivered.
Yeah.
Little vodka tonight.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't think we need to get really deep into the officiating tonight or anything like that, but I do want to toot my own horn here for a second. I said if Xavier wins the rebounding battle, they will win this game. They lost the rebounding battle 42-43. One rebound shy of at least tying the rebound.
I don't think we won the block battle either.
Didn't win the point battle. That's really the only.
Yeah, that's the biggest
The
battle
block
of the game.
battle, no, 9-0.
We did not win the block battle.
But you know what's cool is you have this momentum. Even though you lost, you still have this momentum. You have this confidence. You get a little bit of rest because the next game up is now West Virginia. That game's at 3:30 on Sunday. So you have another quality opponent. I don't, off the top of my head, know where they rank on KenPom, but still a Big 12 team. And you have a chance to go out there and still pick up a big win. You go 1-1 in Charleston, every Xavier fan is going to be happy with that.
Can I real quick, I just want to let out a sigh of relief, and I don't know if the other Xavier fans feel this, but I feel this, just like the sigh of relief of like, we got a team.
Yeah.
We got a team.
Yeah.
And it's like, I remember just after the Santa Clara game, I don't know if I've ever felt like that before, just being like, we're 4 games in. I don't know what the heck the Big East is going to do to us this year. But now I'm like, okay, we got a team. Like, I'm willing to go against anybody in the country. We got a team. You know what I mean? I don't think we're going to be the best team in the Big East. I don't think we're going to whatever, but like, we're going to compete.
Yeah.
And that just is such a good feeling. Like, I was so nervous. I'm not going to 'lie to you. Like, after the first few games of the season.
I'm telling you, all of these teams and all the people talking about how Xavier is the bottom one or two teams in the Big East, like, they got something coming to them right now. And I just pulled up Xavier's schedule, and I would like to go over it with you guys. Just like, I want to get your mindset here. And I'll tell you mine first, and we can go through each game, honestly, like just real quick. Versus Creighton at home, I'm saying it's a game. I'm not going to call that they're going to beat them, but I'm just saying it's a game. Okay. It's a game. If you guys disagree with me, you tell me. At Georgetown, that's a win. I'm saying we win that game. UConn, we're losing. We're losing at UConn. We're beating DePaul. We're beating DePaul. At Marquette.
It's doable.
That's going to be a game.
Marquette stinks.
Marquette is not.
Right.
No. I was going between
cooking here.
I was going between it's a game and we win. That I wasn't So at home versus Providence, that's a win. At home versus Butler, that's a win.
It's a win.
At Creighton, I think we lose. versus
Yeah.
St. John's at home, we lose.
Yep.
At Seton Hall, it's a game. Seton Hall is a good team. Seton Hall is a lot better, I think, than people think too.
Yeah, they're beatable though.
Honest. Yes, they are. At home versus DePaul, that's a win. At UConn, loss. At St. John's, loss. At home versus Marquette, that's a win. At home versus Villanova, that's a win. At Butler, that's a win. At Providence, sneaky one, kind of a trap game, I think. That'll be a game.
Versus, on the road's tough.
Right. Home versus Georgetown, that's a win. Home versus Seton Hall, that's a win. At Villanova, toss up.
That's a tough one.
You're talking about
one game.
What's that?
Home versus St. John's. That's a win.
You think so?
If they can take away what happened tonight, St. John's is very good. And if I'm gonna put it out there, one game that I think we're gonna get that's gonna surprise people, I'm gonna take that first one at home versus St. John's. They're gonna be fired up. It's gonna be energy. They're gonna feel. Georgia, I think, is similar with the athleticism, the size, how they play. I'm gonna put that one as the big one of the season.
But I think what Kenny's saying though is this is a completely different conversation because I don't remember if it was on air or off air, Ken. But we were just going through the season. We're like L. Like it was just like I don't know where a win is coming, and that was not even a week or so ago. I mean, it's just been a ridiculous turnaround. So I think even the fact that we're talking about, hey, we could get this one. Like I remember a week ago, like, oh, absolutely not. Like there's no like a week ago, I'm like, there's no way we beat Marquette.
Right.
No way.
So just to. I just counted them up here, and with the it's a game and wins that I put out there, you're looking at 10 to 14 wins in the Big East, which, I mean, that would be insane compared to what we were thinking about after Santa Clara. That's number one. Number two, to Ahmad's point, that St. John's game, that's going to be your best crowd of the year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got, that's two's Jersey Day.
Mm-hmm.
That's Rich versus Richard.
Mm-hmm.
National TV game. The crowd in that gym, if it's not insane, obviously Xavier has to put together a good game plan and make it a game. But if they're able to keep that game close, and within the last 10 minutes of the game be in it, that's going to be a crazy crowd, a crazy atmosphere. So, to your point, I think I can see that to some degree. On paper, St. John's, much better basketball team than Xavier. I'm not crazy, okay? Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, when you look at this situation around that game, there's going to be a lot of alumni there. I know for sure, based on I actually talked to Joe Hughes during the game today. We have, I think, 25-ish former players / managers coming to the game for two's jersey hanging. That's going to be incredible. It's going to be awesome. The atmosphere is going to be crazy. So I can see that one. But hey, we could be looking at a 15, 16 win team, including the Big East tournament. It's so crazy the turnaround between last week and this week.
Well, that's kind of the thing this early in the season. We're 6 games in, so that's the only sample size we have. Mm-hmm. So with the new team, obviously, you start slow, you get really bad, then every good thing you do is just way bigger than it typically is in a season. Right. So
since we're tooting our own horns, can I say I'd said to buy the dip? All right, big stock guy over here told you to buy the dip. That was just free money, Ken.
You did tell me that.
Kenny's on the dollar, Kenny Freeze.
And listen, I was definitely in there buying with you. It's just, I wasn't throwing the house at it.
I was loading the boat. But it was so fun to watch. And then too, I saw it all on Twitter. It was that first half was just kind of I called it the Iowa game junior. It was just those last 4 minutes. I was like, oh boy. Going into, what were we, down 12? Going into the second half, something like that.
Yep.
And it just felt let's
just
see what we get here.
Right, just like the Iowa game.
Yep.
We put together a good 15-minute, and I had the wheels were turning in my head, and I was like, all right, hey, for the podcast, I'm going to say, hey, for Iowa, we did 10 minutes. For Georgia, we did 15 minutes. We're getting better. And then it's just they go to that zone. They messed with them. They clearly have not. And the funniest thing is, and it's just the head game between coaches, They had 2 or 3 stops in a row. Georgia calls a timeout. Patina comes out and man. And it was just like the fun, for me, that's just like, I don't know if that's something that a lot of people notice. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but like that was really funny to me. And then they like immediately the next time down the court, they're back in zone. Just like, what are they going to be in?
Yeah.
And
threw them off.
Oh, for sure. And I really like that about Patino. I like that play.
Do you guys think we start to see this more, or do you think because we took advantage of Georgia's, I don't know, I think they made like only 7 threes tonight.
Yeah.
Did we take advantage of Georgia's just not a 3-point shooting team, which I think it is, or similar to how Mac discovered the 1-3-1 worked well in that era? Will the zone be implemented more, or was it just a one-time sample? We'll do it versus teams that can't shoot.
Well, you brought it up. Maybe it's the St. John's play.
I was surprised that Georgia couldn't attack the zone with their athleticism. I was very shocked. Usually the athletic team can attack the zone.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's going to be one of those things where you see Patino sprinkle it in, and when you get, you go out and, I don't know what they're calling it these days, but you go out and you get a kill, you get 3 stops in a row, and just kind of feel out how that's working. But, at the same time, if teams are going into their scouting report and their walkthroughs and all this stuff, and they have clear plays set for the zone, it starts to look a little bit different, but keeping them on their toes is great. Mm-hmm. The one thing I will say is, Syracuse obviously was, probably the best zone of all time. And I remember their coach and Coach Mack and Coach Miller and all of the coaches really that I've had, like every team has 20, 30 plays against man, and most of them have 3 or 4 against the zone. So if you're able to really scout those things and prepare for them, I think that zone is a little bit easier to prepare for as on defense. But, it's a trickier defense to play because defensive rebounding comes more difficult. Like you don't have a guy to block out. So you're blocking out a zone and finding a man. Like there are obviously negatives to it, and that's why everybody doesn't run it. But being able to kind of have that change up to keep people on their toes, I think is a good thing.
Yeah, no question. And I see people talking about Messina more. It's been weird that I feel like he either gives you 15 points or 1 shot. And we almost got a 7-point play from Messina Moore, which would have been very impressive. We get the 3, we get the and 1, we get the rebound. We almost got a 7-point play, which would have been fantastic. But it has been strange. But I really just feel like you've seen assertiveness from the 3-headed monster of Wright, Trey Carroll, and who am I blanking on? Phillip? Is he our third? Do you feel like he's our third?
All right. I would say all right.
Milicevic.
Oh, yeah, Jovan, excuse me. And I feel like Phillip's giving us good minutes as well. But, I mean, holy hell, if those guys really cemented themselves. I mean, you just feel like you can count on Jovan game in and game out. You feel like you can count on All Right game in and game out. And I appreciate Jovan, too. I mean, I know he was yakking it for a second. I mean, there was a second I was like, all right, Jovan, like, yeah, I mean, but at the same time, having the confidence and at this point, I feel like now that those are shots he would not have taken the first few games of the season. Now it's like I think he knows his role now, and we're seeing that happen.
Absolutely.
But he went like we were talking about it. We were like, dude, he's just shooting now. And I even said it. Going 3 for 3 in the beginning of the game is a blessing and a curse because like he starts to get that feeling, blah blah blah, and like it felt like that in the dog days of the game. When we're trying to come back and all that. But he went 5 for 9 from 3. If he goes 5 for 9 from 3 every game, we're in the game.
He's got it. Yeah.
So
he's got a neon green light.
Like it feels like in the moment it felt like, damn, he's got to kind of check himself a little bit. But
5 and 9 is fantastic.
He proved it. He proved it to everybody. 5 for 9 from 3 is like that's incredible. So I think that there's a give and take there. But dude, I'm just so proud of the way that these guys came out and played this game because it was just man, it was fun to watch. It was so fun.
I'm with Ahmad. I didn't know how many times we're gonna be able to have that juice this year.
Yeah.
And now it's exciting. And again, maybe I honestly don't think I'm overstepping my bounds here. Like it just feels like this is gonna be a fun team to watch all season.
Yes.
So I don't know if we're gonna, win 12 games in the Big East. I don't know what it's gonna be. But 2 weeks ago I was like, we're gonna get curb stomped in the Big East. Like DePaul's gonna eat our lunch. You know what I mean? And now it's like we're gonna battle, man. Like it's gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be fun to see this team progress. I'm excited.
And if we're gonna be the underdog that's gonna bite. And
Yeah.
that's what I saw. I love watching the team that, I mean, putting a body on the line, falling down, fighting, scrapping, the energy's there. That gets me excited. And I feel like it's been a while since I've seen that.
Can I just do a Trey Carroll appreciation real
Yes.
quick? I mean,
Yeah.
Trey he plays so hard,
Yeah.
so consistently, and does everything. I remember when he was out, maybe from like the 8-minute mark to like the 5-minute mark. And I was just like, Coop, we need Trey. We need Trey. Like, he's just a guy you can't not have on the floor. He helps us in every facet of the game.
No, you could tell he was absolutely exhausted.
Well, I mean, that's the crazy part is we're playing like 6 guys, 30 minutes apiece.
Yeah.
And we're going to need some other guys to step up. I mean, we are.
Hey,
but
you could say Aquaman probably just needed some aqua, right?
exactly, a little aqua break. I like that.
That means water.
And we're going to need to build out this rotation. I thought we did get some decent pop minutes tonight. We're going to need to build the rotation out.
Yeah.
But it is at least now we have the bones. I mean, you have a foundation now.
Mhm.
We've got some guys who know their roles, who have built confidence. And Kenny, I didn't know if we were going to see this until the last quarter of the season.
Yeah. Well, and we have the last 3 seasons, really. We've been talking about this. Like, these are the things you have to – these are the problems that we have. These are the things you need to fix. And come January, we're still talking about them. And with this team, obviously there's still a lot more to prove. But, we haven't even gotten out of November yet, and we're already starting to see that progression of these guys coming in. And I think having this – this 3-headed, 4-headed monster of guys that can score, and you've seen they can play minutes. How long they'll be able to do that throughout the season is, you start getting into that, you're playing 2 games a week, and it's like, you're traveling a lot and all that stuff. It's taxing on your body. But what I will say is that you have, guys like Isaiah Walker, Roddy, A-Rob, Pop, like they have the opportunity now to go get their ass in the lab and start practicing, get better while they're not needed, to go out there and put together a competitive product, and like give them time to develop and find ways to go win. Cause like, I'm still not writing Anthony Robinson off. You saw it, and not this game, but last game, you saw it. There was like a 4 or 5 minute period where you start to see that fire in his eyes, and you start to see him fighting more and like getting physical with people. If he can put that together, he can be a big part of this team. So, I'm not to discount Roddy, Isaiah, or Pop, but just like A-Rob, and like I just have really high hopes for him. So that's kind of where my head is on that.
And let's not forget that Pizzado's return could still possibly happen in maybe January. So if this team can get some wins and just stay afloat.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I'm just kind of looking at the season like we're not going to have him. If we do get him, that's great.
Down money. Yeah.
Right. But if we don't get him, like just like we got to win with, but you're 100% right.
If we
can get him back, like,
I mean, look what was happening with Joe Burrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw someone on Twitter paid an Etsy witch to help him get healthy quicker. So I'm not doing that.
Can you get their contact information?
I'm too afraid to do that. But if someone's listening, I mean, it's interested.
Send me their Twitter handle, please.
Yeah.
At CapX34 is going to tweet them.
That is
that account.
But boys, let's look ahead real quick. We are 2 weeks as of today from the Crosstown Shootout. On Sunday at 3:30, we play West Virginia in another big-time game. And honestly, after a game like tonight, I'm like, we should go get it. We should go get it. And then you've got 2 what I would call tune-up games against Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, which means
the body of Christ.
That's what Corpus Christi means. And then we play against St. Francis, Pennsylvania on Monday, December 1st. And then that Friday, December 5th, is the shootout. And I'll tell you, boys, if you're a UC fan right now, I guarantee you, under their breath, they're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I promise you, because as of 2 weeks ago, they were licking their chops, talking about how crappy Norwood Community College is. And now they got to come to Cintas against a scrappy team. And again, if you had told me a week or 2 ago I'd have any confidence in winning the shootout, I would have said you're insane. And I'm still not saying like Xavier's winning the shootout, but like if I'm UC right now in West Miller, I'm like, shit.
Yeah. You get Xavier playing like this in Cintas.
Yeah.
You're like the crowds in the game. And dude, like who was it? One of you guys texted me a picture of like the top 5 hardest places to play in like 2013 or something.
That was me. Yeah.
And Cintas Center was in there. Like, dude, that place can get rocking.
And
if
can
you
I
get
do real quick, Kenny? I think you're going to appreciate this. I want to do a quick little call to action to the fans real quick.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you sell a ticket to a UC fan or
Mhm.
just sell a ticket and you don't know where it's going to the crosstown shootout, like my dad would say, you are dead to me.
Don't come
you
back.
are dead to me.
No,
Don't come
Do
back.
not do it.
Mhm.
We
If
need a
that-
crazy crowd. And shout out to the Muskies too, because I was feeling like we were going to lose the fans earlier this season. And shout out to the Muskies for giving us a quick reason. And honestly, you got to give a tip of the cap to Richard Pitino, because this has been the biggest 180 of a Xavier team maybe I've ever seen. I mean, Kenny, your senior year, I mean, we looked terrible for quite a bit, and then you guys turned it around very quickly. But like this, I mean, in a week,
right. I mean,
It's
at least we had half our team missing.
and you guys were good. You guys were really good. Yeah, there was you're without Two Holloway, who was pretty good
Right.
at basketball comeback.
Yeah.
So that would make some sense.
Right. No, but it's man, oh my gosh, to get that win tonight would have been so insane. But
And
you
that's
know
what
what?
sucks is we were right there.
You got to take the positives, and I really think, coming off that Old Dominion win, being just like absolutely coming out, stomping them, taking care of business, doing what you have to do, and then to get this game, and really for 35 minutes of the game, feel like you're going to win it. I mean, there was probably 30 minutes of the game, like holy shit, we're going to win this game, and then to have that letdown at the end is tough. But you get a quick bounce back on Sunday, play against a good West Virginia team. Hopefully come out with that same energy. I will tell you, it's going to be a lot more difficult for guys to play 30 plus minutes 2 days from now. But what can you do?
You get paid the big bucks now.
Hey, you know what? I was going to say it. I didn't want to say it, but hey,
I'll say it because you can.
Listen, you're making a lot of money. You better be able to play 2 games in 3 days.
It's not an 80-game season, Kev.
Speaking of big bucks, go Xavier.com, donate. Joe Sullivan, he's liking all the tweets. He's
Guys everywhere, baby.
He probably just heard me say this. You know where to go.
So I got to pull this up real quick. Talking about how we should have played man on the last possession, and it's such a double-edged sword, because if he'd have gone man on that last possession, people would have been like, zone was working the whole game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like, and I'm not saying you're wrong, Jimmy. It's just it's just one of those things where I say it all the time, dance with the date that brought you there. You know what I mean? Like, you played zone the whole game. You came back, you made this massive comeback. I understand why he did that. Something that I would like to see that we actually have done in the past, and when I played there, was like, you go zone and then 2 or 3, like whatever the number is, 2 or 3 passes in, just switch out to man and kind of get them into a zone offense where they're putting pieces in spots rather than having like real ball movement. I think that would have been an interesting thing to see. But at the end of the day, the dude made an insane shot. I mean, the ball went 30 feet in the air. Looked like he shot it with his offhand, and it still went in. You can't really factor that in to defense. Just bet the offense was better.
And I watched the other night not get a shot off.
That's right.
In Marquette, who I officially hate, by the way. Marquette dead to me as well. Shout out to my father. Marquette is dead to me. If you told me a week ago you're not going to want to trade places with Marquette, I'd have been like, you're insane. But that's how I feel.
But that
Villanova would like a word too.
Well, that tweet that Coop put out, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but it was like, shoot your shot. And the shot.
Yeah.
And like, it was going through my head. I was like, please just get a shot off.
Yeah.
And all right, he got the fadeaway going, and I was like, okay.
And it was a decent look. I mean, it was a decent look. And I actually, Kenny, this is random, but I got really excited from when you say it's a double-edged sword and you have a sword.
Yeah.
That is cool. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool. But honestly, fellas, like, it just sucks. The competitor in me is pissed that we lost, but like, it's got to be objectively positive. And then to go in the way we did at halftime, and not only to respond, but to respond for an entire half of good basketball. Really felt like we were going to win that game, and we very well could have. Honestly, if you roll those dice for the last minute of the game 10 times, we probably win 7. So we were really right there.
Yeah. And per perplexity, this would have been the second biggest upset KenPom wise of the entire college basketball season. I know we're a week and a half in, 2 weeks in. But
remember like a week or two ago, Ken Palm was saying we're gonna have like the worst season of any power conference team of all time. Ryan Day, I'd like to see where Ken Pomeroy is right now.
I'm not really worried about Ken Palm. I'm more worried about Ken Freeze. You know, what Ken Freeze is saying, I value more than what Ken Palm is saying.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
That's where I'm at with it.
All right, should we go around the horn, see if anyone has any closing thoughts? Ahmadskis, what you got?
Hey, no, I appreciate you guys. Anybody watching, like the stream, follow these guys. These guys have been killing it all year. They're going to bring you the best news, the best media. Get the merch when it comes out. Continue to support the boys, the ones on the court and off the court. So thank you for all you guys do. And, hey, let's go X.
Ahmad, we love you. Coop?
No, not really. Just once again, 78-77 the final. Georgia wins. Next up, West Virginia, 3:30, Mountaineers, Musketeers. Be a fun game.
Same bad time, same bad channel. Not really, but that's all I got. I can't wait to do this again Sunday. Bonus basketball. This feels fun. Friday and Sunday basketball. Let's go. This is Feast Week. That's all I got. Ken.
Stay blobbing.